It is extraordinary engaging in that equation of how you represent facts in a feature film, which in its essence is fiction.
Danny did a great job of setting a focused atmosphere. We could all feel like we were in the real canyon.
We wanted the freedom to inhabit the story in an imaginative way as well.
You get all the desperation and intimacy of a man alone in a single spot.
Good. Okay, folks, let's get set. Yep. Check.
Oh, yeah, it's like that.
If you're good on the left.
The film is very unusual. Before we even started the movie, Danny and I were talking about it, how the situation is almost like something from Beckett, where it's just a guy completely isolated and dealing with himself, but in very physical ways.
And the danger with this movie is that because it's still, because he can't move, it becomes inert. And the way you can challenge that, we had this emotional journey that we thought it should take, but it also needed a physicality to keep you stimulated visually.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, well, we gotta load James in first. We have to screw his arm to the thing.
He has the perfect position. It's just obviously when the whole rig goes, everything changes. It's inevitable weight. And what will happen is that this is all as you're going down. The rock will slam once against the wall, and then it'll grind. And we want to see you seeing it if we can.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready, and action.
Okay, now.
It's weird, like normally, you know, when you have a scene with 2 or more characters, the camera's there, but it's, you know, usually out of your eye line, or one's attention is focused on the other actor that you're doing the scene with. In this movie, I didn't have another actor, and so the camera was kind of free to flow wherever it wanted to.
Stay that side, Anthony. No, just float around him.
Not just craziness, but to a certain extent, it was improvisational.
Action.
We'd visited the canyon, and we'd seen just how restrictive it was. We saw it, it just landed in the slightly the wrong position.
Yeah, it's in the wrong position.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. If we get it in the right position, it'd be amazing. And we decided that the only way we could really do the movie, having said to Aaron, we're going to put James through what you went through, is we decided to build a set that was exactly a replica of the real canyon in Canyonlands.
How's that?
Good.
Yeah.
Much better.
All right.
Slightly lower on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, drop.
Thank you. But we decided to make it so it wasn't flexible. You know, normally when you build on it wasn't a soundstage, it was a converted warehouse. But when you build something deliberately, it's usually for technical reasons, to allow lighting in, different setups can push a wall away and you can get a camera in here. We decided not to do that because we thought James's experience of this, constrictiveness, and the cinematographers who'd be working in there with him, Anthony Dodmantle and Enrique Chediak, that would dictate the style of the film.
Yeah, it's very real. It's dirty in a good way, Danny.
Ultra-violent and dead stop at the end, please, guys.
Here we go. And action.
It's crazy. It's like Gandalf fighting the dragon in the Lord of the Rings.
We need a little bit of powder.
The Balrog or whatever.
Because I wasn't acting with other actors for, you know, large portions of the movie, the filming dynamic was different than in other movies. There was a much closer relationship to, like, the DPs and the camera.
If you talk too much with your head, you will see you, but if you're...
Don't put my head in the light.
Yeah, you can try to do whatever you want,
It's
but...
like in Indiana Jones, if I put my head in the light, the dart will shoot me.
I would be figuring out with Danny what the experience of each moment was, and then the DPs, who were also the operators, would be discovering which moments to emphasize and how.
We wanted to use the same cameras that we'd used in Mumbai for Slumdog Millionaire, and they're very flexible and very intimate cameras. And they allowed the operator, whoever it was that day, one day Anthony, one day Kike, sometimes both of them would squeeze in there, to actually develop this language with James, with his movement, which counterpointed, went with him.
I guess it was kind of like we were dancing, or, you know, they were discovering stuff as I was, you know, discovering how to act it.
And it was extraordinary because it gave a physicality to the movie. James, keep your arm flush against that wall, even if it's in vision. Thank you, here we go, and... action! Christy!
Do you think we should just creep? If he looks up,
And start creeping.
just creep, and then once he starts shouting, 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 and shouting, yeah? So it's just, and I'll tell him, that look up will be the prompt for just a creep.
I do, I can see it in people's eyes sometimes. I do look a bit alarming sometimes, especially if I've shaved my hair off, which I tend to do at the beginning of films. It makes me look like I'm a convict on the run who's picked you as the person he's next going to attack or something. But I sort of get involved in the story and I sort of live it out myself, and I sort of feel that I should join the actor in living out. I shouldn't just sit back on a chair and, like, I don't like sitting down on the set. I mean, I know the actor can do it, and there's no rules of different people. It's just the way I work. But I like to feel that I'm living it with the actor, really.
Quietly now. This is picture. Lock it up, folks. Nice and quiet.
Danny, you want me to yell?
On this one, yes, please, James.
I guess I feel if I believe it, if I'm feeling it and I'm living it with him, then other people will when they watch it in the cinema, you know?
And action!
Christy! Megan! Christy! Megan, I'm in here! Christy! Christy! Christy!
And cut! Brilliant!
This very first take where he had to try and get out from the boulder.
Aaron is newly trapped. He has this automatic response of desperate panic. He attempts to get out through brute strength.
I said to James I wanted him to really try, knowing it wouldn't move.
So before we did that scene, Danny said, I'm just gonna let you go for it, and you should just go crazy.
Okay, and then at some point, it's just not working. Yeah. And then
Force yourself onto it more. You can't stop. You can't just so it's not working.
yeah, but then
Keep going.
Rather than what you might do is say, oh, we'll take it easy just in case the lighting isn't quite right, we need to go again. Go for it. And he challenged back.
but if I go to that point, your second take is not going to be the same.
And I said, what I don't like is when, I do something like that, and then we have to do it like multiple times.
Is this the shot where we're going to cover all this, or do I have to think, oh, I'm going to do this all day?
You're gonna do this for about an hour.
I would beat myself up. I don't mind about that. But what I mind is when I beat myself up, it not being captured and having to do it again. You know what I mean?
No.
Be good to just get it.
Yeah.
It's just physical stuff. I'll go. It's just about, are you gonna go for it or not? I'll go for it if you tell me to.
So can you be sure to capture it? He said, yeah.
And that was like a key moment.
Here we go, let's turn over, please. Rolling quiet, please. Hit it, Anthony. Hey, everybody settle, stand still, please. 3, 2, 1, action!
It's strange how, you can kind of turn your pain threshold off and just go through it until they say cut. It's only unbearable if you have to do it, like, repeatedly. And Danny was very good about not making me go through anything physically harmful, too many times.
I remember it was just extraordinary, this kind of 20-minute take, which felt like 5 minutes when we were watching it. And the material that they gathered between them, the cameraman and him for that, defined the rest of the film, really. James is not kind of acting. He is just trying to move this rock. And there's an incredible intensity and commitment about it. I suppose it is like method acting, really.
I think we only stopped because the camera had to reload or something.
The doctors had to remove it to here?
No, they actually didn't really shorten my arm any. They rounded off the bones a little bit and cleaned up the ends of the bones. But no, that's why I have this this kind of funny looking other patch here, is this pad of muscle that was transplanted out of my leg. Yeah. and then a skin graft off my thigh that covered it over. So,
Oh, yeah?
But that's why it doesn't, it looks different. It doesn't have any hair and stuff like that.
We invited Aaron to the set. We gave him free access. He was tremendously helpful during the writing of the script.
I always estimated it as being halfway between my elbow and my fingertip, but it might not be exactly.
We wanted his help, especially in pre-production. He could show us equipment use and different things that he did.
I didn't just immediately go to the carabiner either. I was looking around for a stick to try to do, and of course each stick I tried broke.
We didn't obey everything that he suggested, but it was a back and forth.
I don't know. I think we go that way. We went that way, and then we had to come back.
Hey!
Whoa.
Sometimes we would take something that was very factual, which is he met the two girls, for instance, and they spent time together. And indeed, there's footage on his own personal videotape of them climbing together. But we made that a jump into a pool.
All you gotta remember is that everything will be okay.
Which is not factual, but it illustrates a couple of things. One of which was that he is very daring, and he expects other people to be daring with him, and it is great fun. Though you could see it as reckless. And in fact, there is evidence in the rest of Aaron's book, and he does acknowledge that about himself, is that he can be seen as reckless sometimes. It's something he's had to learn about.
Stop looking at it.
But secondly, we wanted to saturate the beginning of the film with water. It's the importance of water in the narrative later. It becomes a god that he has just effortlessly accessed earlier, like we all do in all our lives. By the benefit of living in a civilized society, we have access to water for pleasure, for nourishment, for everything. Of course, when he's denied it, he will then have these memories of water, really, which plague him.
He looks at the watch on his left wrist and he waits. Midnight strikes, boom, and he has a drink of water. And then the most careful sip in the world now. Basically what he did is he had one every 90 minutes. That's what he did. He had a sip every 90 minutes.
It's terrifying.
Just to take a
Think
sip.
about that, isn't it?
Yeah, to think about it.
When he looks back on that material on his videotape, because instead of watching them dry climbing, he watches them all jumping into this pool and swimming. And it becomes sensual, almost erotic, really. And not just in a sexual way, in a company way. The sound of human voices again, the sound of giggling, laughing, fun.
Tom, we're very worried about you. We're worried about your music, your musical choices. If you keep singing Fish are really rough, you're never gonna get a girlfriend. Never.
And that is something that is clearly our imaginative leap that we made. Aaron's incredible, really, that he let us do those kind of things.
And let's roll, mate. Off camera speed.
Here we go. The raven has gone, the sun has gone, and for the rest of the day there's just chipping and filing. And action.
It was really cool to get to watch you today. It was especially these scenes that, they did this afternoon. That was cool. It was hilarious, actually. But, 6 minutes into this, you'd just been pouring it out, and it was all going so well, and you're swearing, shit. Danny's cell phone goes off.
His.
Yeah. And now it was his turn to go, shit.
I heard that for a second.
Yeah, it was just really funny. But of course, everybody else was so relieved that it wasn't ours.
Hey, James, what chapter are you up to?
There's no chapters in this.
No chapters?
Oh, there's four sections.
got it.
Okay.
4 sections. Almost done.
Thank you.
My number one rule is always bring a book wherever I go. So, God forbid, if I ever was out hiking and got my hand trapped under a boulder,
No, it's okay. It's my job.
I would have had a book there. And I had a book in the canyon, in our fake canyon, in our set, all the time.
Very quiet, please.
The way that the set was set up and how accurate and isolating it was very conducive to performing that role. We shot 6-day weeks, and because there were 2 equal crews, Danny was shooting 7 days a week. And I think part of the reason that he scheduled the movie that way is that he thought both I and probably everybody else were gonna go insane if we were in that set for too long. So he wanted to just get us through it as fast as possible.
Hey, but you want to see my face?
Yeah, but I want to twist round, not to the sky, twist round like,
That way.
yeah, just so, yeah, keep going.
More? You want to fall like that?
I just need to get in there.
The way we had to shoot it is,
I can if you want.
we're on a stage, but I'm not seeing anyone. I mean, there were people in the crew that I didn't even see until, you know, the 4th or 5th week, because I spent most of my time in that canyon.
Nice. Some of us never grow up. Sorry.
Thank you.
So that could be a very claustrophobic experience.
Very quiet, ladies and gentlemen.
All I'll be able to do is sit in the fucking canyon for 2 months. But I had my books all the time, so I think that helped keep me sane.
Anthony, you all set there?
We're just going, he's just undoing his knots.
I'm ready.
We're good.
Thank you.
This, to me, is starting to sound a little British, but
Yeah, we'll change it.
I saved the second lot. Sounds British to me. And then, smells pretty rank. Sounds a little...
Right.
Not quite. Yeah. I'll just say it smells pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right? It's 3:05 on Sunday, April 27th, 2003.
I watched the originals. The things that he's saying are very moving and sad because they're essentially the goodbyes to his family.
It's freaking me out looking at myself.
But on the surface, he's emotionally, you know, controlled.
Hey, Sonia, I can hear you saying,
Okay.
you know, he's really going to it this time. Okay.
I think he must have only recorded messages when he knew that he wasn't going to lose it, or he turned the camera off when he got too emotional, or maybe even erased stuff. I don't know.
It's freaking me out looking at myself.
You've got to turn that around.
So I'll turn it around.
So it starts off like that. You switch the camera on.
It's like they're monologues and they're goodbyes, but you want them to come off, you know, like they're home movies in a way. So not like overly dramatic orations, but, you know, just a guy alone with his little video camera.
No, just pick your point. Okay. Whatever you want during there.
There was one video message that used the lost message or the erased message idea.
Good morning, everyone. It is 7 o'clock here in Canyonland, USA.
Now, the way we shot that is we just set up a load of different cameras and let James do it as a performance on his own.
Let's hear it for Aaron!
And it's an extraordinary inhabitation of different personas, different tones.
It's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
He refreshes the film at the most critical moment.
Hey, can I say hi to my mom and dad? Get a load of this guy.
While at the same time, further descending the mental disintegration of the character.
Oops. That was not in any of the original real messages that I saw.
Oops.
But I think it's perfectly believable that he would do something like that, you know, especially because Aaron seems like the guy that was, you know, well acquainted with popular culture. And so, you know, he was there for a long time. You'd probably start telling yourself stories or acting crazy. And so that is a perfectly believable message that essentially got erased.
Very good, James. That's good. The other thing we talked about, do you remember him? His voice, through the video messages, his voice gets higher by the end.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Because he talked about dehydration and what it does to your voice.
It was quite interesting. We tried at one point in the editing to move some of his dialogue from day 4 into day 2. But it was only then that I realised just how carefully he was mapping his vocal disintegration and change as well as he goes through it.
My name's Aaron Ralston. My parents are Donna and Larry Ralston of Englewood, Colorado. Through the rabbit hole. I tried to set up this pulley all morning, but it didn't work. I'm holding on. 8:30, my Raven didn't come.
It's very subtle, but it is there, and we only noticed it fully and nakedly when we tried to interrupt any of it and switch it around. You couldn't do that. He'd mapped it very carefully. Yet he gives you the impression of being so relaxed. In fact, he's working like a ferret behind the scenes on the character, the journey, you know, his contribution to it. He was great like that, really good.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Those faults.
I thought about it, but...
Like when you switch back on again after that cut-off.
Yeah, there's some things in that are so nice. That's so video perfect.
And you wouldn't even get them on these newer cameras.
You never get it.
You won't get on the new ones, either.
No, you wouldn't get it because they're too
and
perfect.
It's got a mechanical sound, this whistling noise, and you can use all...
Yeah.
going to hurt this. There's no doubt. Okay. In order to make it look, we can't do this with a fake arm. We've got to do this with a real one.
Yeah, so we'll just do it once, right?
Actual physical pain probably aids performance in some ways.
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
Just like maybe being really drunk might give a certain authenticity to a drunk scene.
Let's double check it before we go in, everybody.
Everybody can do it on their own.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. Go on, yeah.
God, I swear, you look like you're going to cut through your arm.
Well, that's what he has to look like.
It's going to look like.
If you need to do something very specific, performance-wise, it might not be the best thing to be actually drunk because you're not in control of yourself. In some scenes where you're being physically harmed, it's probably better that it's not real because you want to be in control of the moment more and not just giving a reaction because it might not be the reaction that's needed for that part of the film. I still have some bruises from it, and it's funny, I just went to a doctor for a physical for this other movie I'm gonna do, and he looked at my arm, he's like, "What's that?" He quickly saw that they weren't track marks, but they look like them from afar.
Lesson, don't buy the cheap made in China multi-tool.
At the end of that crane shot you did, when you pull the cap, you were doing
Kids moving. 77 up here. Let's find exactly what shot it.
has a drink.
Because I don't think it's on the crane.
Puffy hand. No, so I'm trying the puffy hand. Your favourite.
A couple of years now.
I know you. Puffy hand.
Yes, Puffy hand is on its way in.
Well, I had this great idea about but it is in the book actually that his hand swells, his left hand, because he works so hard with it, hammering at this rock to try and move it, change it, just do something, is that his hand swells. I think he says in the book it swells to twice its size. So the guys who did all our prosthetics, Tony Gardner at Altarian, he did this wonderful puffy hand. And I thought, oh, that'll be really interesting. It's good. It's kind of early stages Hulk. I can't believe they didn't offer you the Hulk. They've done it twice and then failed to offer it to you twice. But James really didn't like the puppy hand.
If this was happening to me, I'd be like, no.
Yeah. Well, it did happen to, obviously it has happened to you after 5 minutes of smashing a rock against a rock.
No.
And it's like, yeah.
My taste, it needs more time to be established.
Yep.
But you don't want to spend the time to establish it.
I mean, the skin and everything looks amazing. I just think it's just too weird.
Yeah. There's always a point as a director you think, shall I push it? Shall I push it through? Shall I make him do it? I decided not to on that occasion with that, because he was clearly very, very, very cooperative actor. He was like, he wasn't fussing about stuff. We were putting him through quite a lot. And the fact that his angle on it was like he didn't believe it, he couldn't kind of make it believable, I kind of stepped back a little bit and let the main actor dictate it more than you normally would on a film.
Since this doesn't cover...
What happened, I think partly as a result of it, is James became obsessed with using his left hand to compensate for the fact that he disappointed me by not being able to wear the puffy hand convincingly. He then started doing puffy hand acting constantly, and it's a lovely tick through the film that makes you realise, wow, that hand, how important it is. And it became something that he massaged his heart with later, and so he became incredibly expressive with the left hand, which is a very good thing.
I didn't think I would go crazy, but I think I'm going a little crazy.
Yeah, I hope you go a bit crazy. And then
In these last 2 days, I was feeling like a little irritable yesterday.
Last night, I went home, I was tired last night. I thought, oh, I'm going back there tomorrow. But then I wake up in the morning, I'm fine. Come back in. It's cool.
No, I don't mind coming. I look forward to coming to work, but when I get in there, I'm like, I just start losing it.
Can you imagine if it smelled of urine as well? We should really do that. If we were being truly method, if we'd have it smelling of urine everywhere.
That is so weird. You have 3 arms right now.
Yeah.
You're tripping me out. Here, wait, just hold that arm like that. Like, hold it in your left hand like you were just doing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
although he could come whenever he wanted, I asked him to respect the fact that I wanted James to live through the experience for himself, not with one eye over his shoulder. I said to Aaron, you've got to give James the freedom to live through it. Because one of the weird things about cinema is that we know he's playing Aaron Ralston. We know it's an extraordinary story. It's a true story, all that kind of stuff. But you remember the actor and the actor going through it. It's weird, and it has an extraordinary climax in this film, of course, because you know, on some level, James is not cutting his own arm off. He's not going to be doing it, yet you believe it.
Just getting ready for a day of crazy fun.
Yeah, it looks like
How it works is, here's the arm, the other arm, the autopsy arm. There's 2 wires here, there's 2 wires here. What you're gonna see of this is about that much. What we do is we have fish hooks, believe it or not, that kind of just move stuff a little tiny, subtle bit, so it looks like living muscle.
So what's that stuff? It
It's
looks
just
like
nerves.
tuna.
This is
Yeah, but what do
actually,
you use to make it?
it's silicone just like this, it's just tinted differently. But this is actually what you have inside of your arm. It's
Yeah.
fairly accurate. All these muscles are sculpted
I was gonna say you
accurately.
probably
Yeah.
study that.
Yeah, we work from anatomy books.
You like your job too?
I love my job. It's unique.
It's like your Dr. Frankenstein's in a way.
It's like Greek ecstasy, not the drug, but the old myth of ecstasy, the primal urges, there's something heating. It's obviously linked always to his calculating about...
There's some crazed thing that happens. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what that feels like. I've no idea what that feels like. What does it feel like for him? It's some of those ideas going around his head. And this is none of your business in one sense for you, but it could be going around your head. I might put on it like fucking massive music, like crazy. Like his mind is kind of ludicrous, huge music on it. Not necessarily appropriate music on it, just something dissonant on it.
Okay.
Hey, James. I don't know if you met, but I have a partner in crime.
Oh, yeah.
His name is Pete.
Yeah, we met at the shop.
Okay.
All right,
Can't see it, but
anyway.
hey, I wanted to tell you how this thing works. So he's got a lever that he pulls. And as soon as he pulls it, it releases a mechanism that just lets the whole thing break. That's it. So you just...
Is that a one-time thing or it resets?
It will reset.
On a hinge. It's on a spring, so...
Okay.
Yeah, and it bends up, and it can also bend down.
Let's just see the brake on that.
Didn't get it.
Right. So that's the brake on the bottom, yeah?
Yes.
So don't break it until he's bent quite a bit, yeah? So there's tension in that skin. Okay. So he's pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you break it. Oh, yes! Fucking hell. That hurt. Okay, good, that's gonna work. And action. Break. Okay, cool. And cut. Very good, everyone. Want to see that back?
At least it's not my real arm. I'm surprised Danny didn't want me to do it with my real arm.
Very good.
It's just like, okay, I'll go cover there when I love.
That's what people want to watch, but you just have to be. They say that, but I think they look away half the time. I think the trick is going to be. Come in here, Gina.
Yeah, come on, Gina.
Okay, I get to that.
If you can get at it.
Yeah, is there something I can, somewhere I can go?
A boost? You want me to have
Let's need to get to his arm, his right arm.
To turn into like a splatter.
Can I
film,
steady the box,
You know what I
maybe?
mean? With all gore and guts.
maybe I'll-
You know what I mean? I think that's the trick. You're the key to it.
Sound speed. Marker.
Good start. What's that?
And action! There's always a danger with a scene like that it will become the be-all and end-all of the film. And we didn't want it to be like that, but we did want to portray it faithfully. We, could say what we like about it, but the guy who went through it wrote about it in such an extraordinary way that we decided to very faithfully follow what he says in the chapter in the book about it. That protected us from two instincts which can happen with a scene like that, which is that you can sensationalize it and push it into horror, into gore fest, which we didn't want to do. But you can also, and it's an equal danger, you can trivialize the moment by people saying to you, can't we make it shorter? Because you know, there's an adverse reaction from the public or whatever it is, or people find it very difficult to watch.
I'm getting queasy.
There's such a thing as performance endurance. Normally, you know, I can't even stand the sight of blood, but when you're performing, you get some sort of added strength to endure whatever's necessary. You almost go into a different state.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks.
It's got a ways to go there, Pete.
No, I'm okay.
The key essences of the scene, there's three things about it. Firstly, it takes him a long time. It takes him over 40 minutes to actually do with the equipment that he has.
Well, that's what it is. That's what all the pain.
How far can you pull it out? How far can you pull it out?
Don't.
No, but I need to know, because
Yeah, careful, it's very fragile. I'd save it for the shot.
Secondly, there's a level of pain experienced and described astonishingly in the book that I think most men will never get near in their lives. And we needed to represent that as well. And the third thing, and probably the most important thing, is that scene is a passageway, a doorway to something else, really, to life being given back again, to euphoria. And it was to make sure that it was never treated in any other way other than respectfully to Aaron, because it was his passageway to something else, to this astonishing gift in which he was given life back again when all seemed lost.
What's happened? I can't see it. What's that, for fuck's sake?
It's a big tongue.
Okay, I cut. We'll take a break there. Well done, very good, James. Well done.
It gives it a monster effect over the smoke, so.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Rob Zombie video right now.
28 years later.
28 years.
All right, all you gotta do is attach a nerve.
That's it? That's all you gotta attach.
It's living.
When we finally did move from the restrictions of the set, we would all become imprisoned in the set, really. It was extraordinary to go to the real location. Not only that, it was also that suddenly all the other characters that were in the film were suddenly introduced. That's when we do the scenes when he's out hiking with the girls and things like that. So it became a tremendous refreshment for everybody, I think, that cheered your heart, really.
And cut. Very nice. One more, please. Straight away, reset.
Enrique was up in that slot there for the whole morning. Then he was sitting on top of that rock the rest of the day.
I realized very quickly how impossible it would be to shoot the entire film in the real location. It's a remote location, and it's difficult to get to. I mean, the crew had to, like, canyoneer to get to the set every morning.
Welcome to my home, my second home.
A lot of the crew had, you know, camped out just because it was so far from any city.
The saga continues.
Whoa! And cut! Very good, James!
The one thing that the real location did is it gave me a perspective of how unlikely the chances were that anyone would ever come across him there. If he hadn't cut his arm off, he was, you know, he would have died because nobody would have found him.
When we filmed in the real canyon, Aaron visited on the 7th anniversary of his entrapment and release.
Yeah, the boulder moved and I was here, so. Wow.
Must have been very peculiar for him. He saw James Franco going around dressed in his gear, and what that is like, I've no idea how you balance out that hall of mirrors. Extraordinary kind of thing about movies, I suppose. At the end of the film, we would acknowledge that we had borrowed this for our telling of it, and that we would hand it back in a way that was not disfigured or dishonored in any way. And of course, that was literally manifested, because James comes out of the pool at the end, sees Aaron and Jessica, his wife, and their child, Leo. Because you have to acknowledge, this is Aaron's life. He has extraordinary things still to go through with it, not least introducing his son to his story at some point when his son's ready. Whereas for us, we'll all move on. You know, in a year's time, we'll probably be doing something else. And, you know, so you have to respect the origin of it extraordinarily. You can't let it crucify you dramatically. You have to have a freedom, but ultimately you have to respect it.